Hello and welcome to Minecraft 1.21 Snapshot 20W05A, and we're in the brand new Snapshot. We've got the brand new Minecraft Vault block added to the game. The only things added to this update are the Vault block and the trial key. The Vault block is found here in the trial chambers. So as you're looking around, you'll find the spawners like this, and then the Vault block. And you can tell the difference because they have the three sort of like strips along here and also a face, which is actually an opened up skull. So if you zoom out, it'll look deactivated like that, and you're further away from it. And as you get closer to it, it'll open up, and the mouth opens up, which is really cool. It's a really well-designed block. The block's actually really awesome, and they've actually confirmed on Twitter, and which is called X now. I love how everyone calls Twitter X, X Twitter. I mean, it's great. I love that. It's great. So it's been confirmed that they're might add it to other structures. Like I say, confirmed, but like they said, it's supposed to be multi-purpose, and the structures I'm sure they want to add it to are the end ships and also the bastions, so that the Netherite upgrade template and the Elytra are like accessible on servers. So if you have like a smaller world, you know, people don't just like take all the items. You know, they're renewable for every player, which is pretty cool. But that's I don't think they'll actually add it in this update. I feel like they will add the trial spawners in like another update, because I feel like they're gonna keep them special this update for the just keeping them in the trial spawner dungeon area. And these blocks are really cool. They're actually really well designed. The loot, which is temporary right now, you can actually see it on the side. So you get random iron pieces. You'll get either an iron tool or an iron armor, or a diamond armor, diamond horse armor. You can get notch apples. You can get crossbows. You just saw there, a saddle, diamonds and emeralds, and you get between 2 and 4 loot drops. So not 2 and 4 items, because some of the items like the emeralds will give you multiple emeralds per like loot drop. So it's random. You can't time it, but it will show you the items you get by right click when you right click. So I'll right click and the next item, and I got that item actually. That's pretty lucky. We only got 2 that time. We'll put down another one just to show you again. Put it this way so we can see the item. So wait for it to change after the shield, and now clicked on book, but we're gonna get a saddle, armor, horse armor thing, and diamonds. There you go. You see, so you actually can see it, which is really cool. The loot table's not that good right now. They definitely want to change it. They could definitely, one of the things they need to add is they need to add their own smithing template. That's what they need to add, because every other structure has their own smithing template. Well, I have a couple of these. And the loot, you know, you can get notch apples pretty frequently actually. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Literally got notch apple. It's pretty rare, sort of like the diamond stuff. And so far, it's like the loot could be better. Like I think you know, you don't really need to talk about the loot because they're gonna change it anyway. But I feel like you do need to talk about it to like sort of say like ideas, like, you know, because you gotta like tell them like, oh, is it, you know, the community. The struggle is for the developers. The community is always gonna be like, we need more OP loot, because that's what they're always gonna be like. They're always gonna be like, we want the most OP loot ever. But is that like good? Is it like game breaking to get like full Netherite armor from one of these things? I don't think they'll have Netherite or anything like that crazy, because they're just like, you know, it's supposed to just be a trial spawner. Let me put a new one down there. Very cool. And these things are like really hard to mine. So if you try to mine it, it would take you as long as reinforced deep slate, which takes multiple minutes. And that's with like the best tool, like a Netherite pickaxe with like efficiency 5, just like mining it, you know. But they made it basically unmineable, so you know, you don't break it, so other people can enjoy the block. You know, it's really a multiplayer item. You know, it's really for multiplayer and servers and stuff. And like, you know, oh, there's a trial spawner here. Go here and you can like fight these respawn every, you know, half an hour. I think it is. Yeah, half an hour. These will respawn. You can fight the mobs from here. Get a key. 50% of the time you get a key from one of these trial spawners, and then you can go over here, grab the loot, which is really cool. But they do make it mineable, so you can like actually break it if you know, you want to build something over here. You're like, oh, this is in the way of my like big tunnel. I'm like digging a tunnel. This is in the way. I better like, you know, mine this and get it out of the way. And they've also made them blast resistant as well. So like if a creeper, or you're like blowing up stuff with a flying machine. Like imagine that you're like digging like a perimeter or something, and then like, you know, you blow up the trial chamber. It's like, oh, there's a thing here. Just put down loads of TNT to show you how like blast resistant it is. It can't be broken. I don't think it can even be broken by withers and stuff. We'll have to see though. So now we blow this up. Completely blast resistant right there. And so is that block right there. Very cool. Honestly, really cool. And the key texture is, you know, matching the trial chambers now, having the copper at the bottom and then the tough at the top of the key. We're going to start with a bit more light. There we go. So you can see the key. We like look at it right there. Put like just one there so you can see the bottom of the key a bit better. And just put a bunch of keys in my inventory so you can see it. There you go. All the keys look pretty good. You know, it looked more like the Deep Dark, and there's a theory that the chest in the Deep Dark, there's like a concept of art with like a stone chest. Like the key would have opened that. Like, you know, it was like a concept. It was like a theory. You know, it's not a game theory, but you know, yeah. So that's pretty awesome. They spawned all over the trial chambers. Like, you know, this room had 1, 2, 3 of them, which is pretty cool. Yeah, 3 of them. Yeah, which is really awesome. They spawn frequently all over the place. You know, and they give like, you know, alright loot. The loot's not like the main. Like, it's gonna be so good for servers. Like servers, it's gonna be great. The only criticism I see. Oh yeah, the particles go into the mouth. That's crazy. See that mouth? It's like all particles go into it. That's really cool. Look at that. Very cool. But yeah, the only criticism I see of the sort of the vault block, one is the 2 criticisms I see are, one, the overhyping of the key. Like, people were thinking it was opening everything like imaginable. You know, that's what theory people and like lore people are gonna do. They're gonna be like hyping stuff up. You know. So you know they just made a big letdown for everyone. And I'll just open a bunch of these while we're sort of looking, so you can sort of see the loot we'll get from a bunch of random ones as I'm talking. So yeah, the other criticism is like the single player, they're a one-time thing, so they're really not that useful. But it's trying to like combat the multiplayer problem, which, you know, it's tough. It's annoying that like 4 single player players, like it's just sort of like a dead feature. Like now this is like a dead block. It's like it's like literally not just it's like useless pretty much. You know, it's cool. Even when it's like finished, look at how many notch apples you get. 1, 2 out of these like 10-ish vaults, you know. Very good odds. Like, I feel like with desert temples, which have 4 chests, I open like a whole bunch of them and I don't get as many notch apples as that. Like, how many have I opened? Yeah, I got 3 notch apples from like only the chests open now. You know, that's the argument. You know, the argument for single player, like a lot of people's counter argument is you get the same amount of loot, but I feel like what the people aren't voicing is like, but like now I have this block here, like right, I have this block that takes ages to mine, and it doesn't do anything, you know, at this point. It's sort of like, that's why I feel like, you know, sort of thing, it's like, oh, it's this awesome reusable block, but it's not awesome and reusable in the version that I'm playing, which is like by myself. You know, and that's something like, I don't know if they can solve that. I feel like making it renewable wouldn't be good, you know? I feel like it's tough, because it shouldn't be renewable, but they need to do something for single player players. Maybe making it renewable, but like less rewards. So like, you open it, the first time you open it, you get like the crazy like loot, like the, you know, the notch apples, the diamonds, you know, all the crazy stuff, the armor trims, you know. And then when you open it again, you get like lower level loot, because these only give you like food and like potions and stuff to stay alive in the dungeon longer, you know. But the vault should definitely give like really OP loot, because it is like, you know, called the vault, you know. You think of a vault as like a, you know, a big like room with like loads of treasure in it, you know. So it should definitely have a lot of good stuff in it. And the vault, honestly, solves a really big problem that a lot of structures of Minecraft have of just like running in, grabbing the loot and leaving. So now you don't have to worry about like, you know, chests, you know, in like a little spawner room. You know, you grab the chest, grab the loot, and you leave, you know. And you also put like 1 torch down, and then like the spawner's disabled, you know, as well. So it's actually fixed that problem of like grabbing the loot and leaving. So now Minecraft can really like add this to more structures and add like, you know, any future structure. They can be like, oh, okay, the loot has to be taken after the combat phase, you know. And you know, that's a really cool feature. Some of these rooms in these trial chambers are really cool. There's like ones with like snow, like powdered snow at the bottom of them, so like you can, you know, get trapped in there and stuff. It's also really unique rooms. So, like a lot of verticality as well in like some of the rooms. Little bedroom up here. And yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like interesting stuff with this vault. And I feel like the biggest part of the vault that no one's talking about is like for servers. Servers are gonna be crazy with the vault. Like, God, I'm gonna be like chest loot at the end of like a dungeon or something. Like on like, if you're playing like, you know, any sort of map, you know, it's gonna be like this cool end of like level thing. Like, you know, Hypixel Skyblock comes to example where you have like the chest and then like, you know, drops the items. Just having this, like the noises. Just listen to it. Right? I'm gonna be quiet. Listen to the chest open, right? That is so cool. Like, the noise design, like, the sound design into that is so incredible. Like, that's amazing. It's, like, actually super cool. And, yeah, like, you know, you finish a room full of, like, challenging mobs. You could open it. And you can customize this as well. You can customize the loot inside to be anything you want. You know, the map makers are crazy like that. And they can also change it. So you don't even need a key. You can, like, use any item in, like, you know, when they make a map. So you can have, like, a puzzle map where it's like, oh, this will only open with, like, a certain item. You gotta, like, somehow be able to craft it. Then you can open it to get the thing to, like, leave the room or something. Like, you know, escape room sort of stuff, you know? Should be pretty cool. And let's look at the bottom texture. I haven't seen anyone look at the bottom texture of it. Okay, interesting. Sort of like a interesting bottom texture right there. You can't really use the bottom texture in, like, survival, because you can't really collect it. Yeah, even if you mine it, you don't collect the block, because obviously, if you place it down again, you know, it would lose the memory, because they have memory, like, if you open it or not. So, like, these ones, remember, oh, I've opened it. So, if you were able to pick it up like this, like that, it would lose the memory of that, and then you'd have to, like, you know, I know, there's stuff like beehives, which sort of remember, like, you know, the 3 bees that, like, if there were 1, 2, 3, or 0 bees in it. So I guess it could remember, but it's sort of better, because, like, imagine, like, you know, on a server, you know, you collect up all of these, and you put them at spawn, and you have your, like, key farm, and then you're just, like, any new player joins, like, alright, open up all these, trial spawners, okay, bam, 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 and then they, like, kill you, and, like, take all the loot, you know? I've also thought of, like, a really clever thing of, like, you can sort of, like, cheese this, like, to take people's loot, so you put, like, a minecart hopper, you know, and grab a rail. I'll grab a rail real quick. A rail, bam. Like ready? You know, like, you've looted this place, right? And, okay, I probably should not use TNT for the block there, but, yeah, put this there like that. And now I'll, you know, cover this back up, you know, make it look like it's, like, not been raided. And then I'll use the key. I'm just going to see if that works. It does work! Oh, that's so good! And then you can even have a hopper line, like, you know, even have a hopper line going somewhere, and then the hopper line goes to wherever you know, can put that to steal the loot. That's really cool. That's actually cool. You can actually, like, steal people's loot with, like, a hopper minecart. Imagine that you do that for every one of these in the whole thing, you know. I feel like players on the servers will be, like, checking underneath, like, oh, there's a hopper minecart, better delete that before I actually open up the loot. But that's really cool. I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff with this, and, you know, this isn't the end of the update. You know, we also have the more stuff coming. They've said they can confirm there's more stuff coming on Twitter. They've said we're going to add other stuff, which is really cool. Hoping that they can add some really cool stuff to the game. Bam, I'm just, like, building with it now because it's fun. Oh yeah, if you right click it without anything, without the key, you know, makes just like a lock noise. Alright, cool. But yeah, it's really cool. More stuff's coming. Hopefully, you know, we can see all the awesome new stuff. And thank you for watching this episode of Minecraft Snapshots. And next time, we're going to be, you know, checking out the next snapshot and finally checking out 1.21 when it does release. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.